Hello, welcome to my channel, Save Infinity. In this video, I just wanted to kind of briefly talk about and discuss like when you are going on a spiritual or awakening journey, just like the aspect of like negative comments or doubts or what have you from other people, being in your experience, just to kind of, put at ease like your own mind and just some reassurance that those things can, tend to happen, but to not be too like caught up in it at all, as it's kind of just like a natural phenomena of how the matrix like runs and works, if you will. You could almost see it as like an opportunity for your test of faith. Like, are you going to like stand by doing and being and saying what it is you feel to be, or are you going to listen to that outside noise or that outside criticism or negativity and instead take on that energy and perspective? Or are you going to remain rooted and grounded in your own perspective and unique expression? So to try to not take those sort of things personally at all. You could almost just like see it as like a little test or something, or just like a way this like matrix dream type reality works. When you're starting to awaken and up level, you'll kind of get certain like people or experiences like that manifest or pop up almost as a way to like truly test your faith and where you are up to in your journey, by kind of creating these little obstacles or negative experiences to see if you're going to delve into it or not, or if you're strong enough to kind of just stay grounded within yourself and not let it overconsume you. Kind of like, are you going to let the matrix run you, or are you going to run the matrix type vibe? Not exactly, but kind of like that, a test of how much of your own power you really are claiming and holding back, or are you still giving your power away to that outside illusionary experience? So, not anything to be like scared by or to be overwhelmed by. You could almost just see it as like a natural phenomena that happens, like A plus B equals C. Like, that time of year when all the cicadas or whatever it's called, like come out of the ground and fly up into the sky, or when it's the sun comes up and the birds start tweeting. It's kind of like when this happens, that happens. And not to judge or feel any negative energy towards like any people or what have you that may be bringing these negative experiences towards you, and instead kind of just seeing it for what it is kind of like a little matrix test, and just kind of like, have a little chuckle if you need, and then just kind of brush it off and go on your merry way. Kind of just learning to see and understand those sort of circumstances a bit better, so that it doesn't like overwhelm you or overconsume you or what have you. Kind of taking the realness out of it and kind of just seeing it as the manifestation that it is. You get to choose how much weight you put into things and how much energy, attention, and belief and what have you towards things. Like, that's up to you to decide. So yeah, any negative comments or energy comes your way on your journey or while you're awakening, like just don't even let it get you down. Just use it as fuel to your fire, as like I said, like a little test or a test of your faith. Like, oh, I got this. I'm ready to bounce up and away from that energy and manifest my own positive experience away from this. So yeah, remember always that you have the power and you get to choose what you believe and how you want to feel and experience and express yourself, and other people's opinions and things like that don't truly really matter at the end of the day. And we do live in a sea of infinity, so there's always going to be all sorts of an array of like reactions and such towards you, on a whole scale, and like on a whole scale of infinite possibilities of the sort of like reactions and stuff that there could be towards the way you are being or things you're doing or saying, is like phenomenal, right? So just kind of always kind of thinking of it in that way too, that like an infinite array of reactions and possibilities and opinions and such can exist around this one thing. So just because one certain experience or, you know, opinion or backlash or whatever you want to call it appears in your reality doesn't mean that that is the true perspective or the true opinion. It's just one of infinite perspectives and opinions, and you get to decide which one you hold for yourself. All right, well, might leave that one there for today. Sending you so much peace, love, light, and blessings as always.